digital.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Jono himself, back at it again with another episode of the original Explosion Pod. This week, episode 2. We're going to be talking through some hypotheticals. We'll cover a bit of philosophy, some rational thinking, some analysis of that nature. But before you think you're in for too much of a cultured discussion, I'll introduce the Explosion crew. We've got podcast editor Dylan Blythe.
It's your boy.
We got the Kiwi fact checker, Thomas Marshall.
Good afternoon.
Community manager, Nicholas Pryor.
Hello.
We got the podcast sales rep, Jack Cruz.
Where my bitches?
And then, last but not least, distribution, shipping and receiving, security and legal manager, Ashley Hobley.
Yes, that's me.
That must be a long business card.
Yeah, looking forward to getting that.
Yeah. Well, everyone seems to have a defined role. I'm waiting for you to pick one of those and make it your own, Ash.
Security sounds good.
Yeah.
On the internet.
You can just choose our passwords for all of our accounts.
That works.
You can set up the master key account or whatever that one is that does all your passwords for you.
The two-step verification and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone do that?
I do it for
I
everything.
use LastPass.
Yeah, PayPal, Google, bloody PlayStation Store. Anywhere
no
where I
comment.
can. Anywhere where I
All
can.
of it. If it's got an option to do it, I'm in.
Yeah,
I've
me
heard
too.
of people getting hacked despite that, so I don't really
Yeah.
know how that works.
But you might as well
I've been
do it
hacked
if it's
before.
there.
I have never
Change
done it.
everything.
If Pornhub offered two-factor authorization, I would use that too.
It's probably peace of mind more than anything.
Got to protect that history.
You have to upload a video of you jerking it, and you have to do it the same way each time.
I'm going to push the conversation forward from there.
Wasn't there a story the other day about Pornhub not releasing what videos you are watching to your
No,
ISP?
their April Fool's joke was like, you'd click on something and then it would pop up like, we've got a new feature. This is automatically being shared to your Facebook for all your friends to share it. See?
No.
How's everyone's weeks been? Anyone got any amusing anecdotes to share?
0 DMs were slidden since last week's episode, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, no, nothing here. Doggy's had another win, which is good. But
Yep.
other than
I
that,
streamed today.
business as
no
usual.
viewers.
I survived the rain.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, how was that, Ash?
Yeah.
Wasn't too bad where I was, but it was some other places.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I want to make a note.
I-
Thank God daylight savings is over.
Sorry?
Thank God daylight savings is over.
Yes.
It is. Indeed.
No.
How much daylight do you guys
no,
need?
No. I love
It's been
daylight
going for like
savings.
6 months.
Oh.
It's ridiculous.
I hate
It's
it.
horrible.
You feel like it's dark at 5 o'clock. It's just ugh.
You haven't been a shift worker then.
That is true. I have not, and I would not. And I would not choose that. I'm very happy with my 8 to 5 time, and I like that it can you can. It's just yuck. It's yuck. The darkness at like so early. It's gross, especially in Melbourne. 'Cause it's
terrific.
cold as well.
Yes,
I'm
I selfishly enjoy the daylight savings, but for the farmers and shift workers, I can understand the problems it brings.
Not my problem.
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it. It meant I got up at 6:30 this morning and had an extra hour to play games through the day. And to finish off, S-Town, which is
Oh,
a
yeah.
podcast I would definitely recommend.
I think I'm up to episode 4.
What's it about? Can you just give me
It's
like a
hard
quick
to say
elevator
without
picture on it?
spoiling it.
Yeah, so
Because you think it's about one thing, and then 2 episodes in, it's really about
Can
something
you just
else.
tell me what it like? Is this like a? Is it a like a fictional thing, or is it?
So
like,
No.
It's a
true
real
story.
thing, and a guy. So basically, a guy wrote into This American Life with, "Here, I think I have a particular story," and then they went to report on that story, and it turned into a whole bunch of other different things.
Okay.
I think, I was about to say, I think
really
the easiest way to sum it up is some guy who lives in bat fuck nowhere in America somewhere, like a real like yeehaw hick kind of town. He writes into this radio station. Is like, I'm pretty sure some kid in my town has got murdered. And eventually the podcast hosts, like, they get around to it and they're like, what proof do you have? And he has a phone call conversation with him and he's like, I still don't know if this guy's, like, legit or if he's just drinking too much moonshine. But he's sort of interesting, so I'm going to go down to that town to see what's up anyway. And that's the podcast. Like, that's the premise. Yeah.
How old is it? Like, what? How long has it been around?
Couple years, maybe like a year, I suppose.
How long are the episodes?
An hour.
It came out last
45
week,
minutes,
but it was recorded over the period of a couple of years. So we're just getting it now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they finished it up.
Finally.
The
If you like
first email
cereal,
that
you'll
happened.
enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, the first email I think was in 2012 when he emailed This American Life, and then the story that they're telling finished late 2015, maybe.
Yeah.
I think is around about it, and then
Sounds about right.
Awesome.
and now it's out.
I will add that to my list of things to listen to when I finally catch up on the Game Over Greggy show.
It's really good. I can't decide. I still think I might like it more than Serial. But to say why I like it more than Serial is like spoiler territory. And I think that it's a very different podcast to Serial. I just kind of like, by the time I finished S-Town and like, once you're into episode 3, 4 and you're like, well, this is a very different podcast than what I thought it was going to be, like, especially the story. It's kind of becomes... It's not at all what you think it's going to be in the first season, especially when you're used to listening to, like, the first season of Serial, and you're, like, kind of comparing it to that. But it's definitely something else, and I think I enjoyed it quite a lot. And then I was straight on the Google as soon as I finished the season, straight on the Google, it's like... What does this guy look like? Where's pictures of this person? Where's pictures of this thing that's in it? But you don't want to look them up while you're listening, because then you'll get like spoilers or stuff like that. But as soon as I finished that last episode, I was like, show me pictures. Where's the actual town? Where's all this stuff? But that's the cool thing about it. You just get to sit there listening to this whole podcast with them describe this stuff, and you're kind of picturing what this guy looks like, picturing what this town looks like, and stuff like that. And as soon as you finish it, it's like a second experience where you're like, oh, that thing, that's what that actually looks like. Oh, that's what that person looks like. Oh.
Awesome. I like it.
That's it. All right, well, let's get into the topic of the show, which is the hypotheticals. So I've got this book. It's an actual pages-bound book that used to be a thing.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, can you hear this? Can you hear the pages?
Yeah, that was good. Good sound
My Kindle
effect.
does the
I
same.
heard a fart, but
Yeah.
Who would
Hey,
write
audio
something like
listeners, this is what a book sounds like.
Millennials are going,
What?
that didn't sound like a tablet.
Yeah.
you say
So it's
book?
it's
Hey,
a book.
hold on. Do you know what a Kindle sounds like?
Are you sure that wasn't you this morning?
Oh my.
Hey.
So anyway, it's a book called Sex, Drugs and Cocoa Puffs by an author called Chuck Klosterman. He's a pop culture analyst, and in the middle of this book of essays, there's a section of hypotheticals, and it starts off the 23 questions I ask everybody I meet in order to decide if I can really love them.
This is a bit of a weird thing to
Yeah.
do. Yep.
Yeah.
He's trying to work out if he can love us.
Yeah, he's like, let me ask each of you these questions and decide. He quits at the end of this episode. Once we answer the questions, he's like, you know what, guys?
You
You
guys are
failed.
mental. Yeah.
See ya.
No, I like it. Let's.
Yeah. So for the record,
do you-
I don't believe for a second that he actually asks these questions. It's just not realistic. But I'll give you a cross section of some of them, the ones that I think will be the most interesting to you, and I might direct some of them at specific people to start with, or I might ask for a rapid fire. We'll just go from there. So number one.
And we haven't seen these in advance, or we haven't heard these in advance. I've never even heard of the book.
Yeah, it's quite a
I don't know how to read,
seller.
so
So you'll have to bear with me. There's a bit of reading, but here we go. Number one. Let us assume you met a rudimentary magician. Let us assume he can do 5 simple tricks. He can pull a rabbit out of his hat. He can make a coin disappear. He can turn the ace of spades into the joker card, and 2 others in a similar vein. These are his only tricks, and he can't learn any more. He can only do these 5. However, it turns out he's doing these 5 tricks with real magic. It's not an illusion. He can actually conjure the bunny out of the ether, and he can move the coin through space. He's legitimately magical, but extremely limited in scope and influence. Would this person be more impressive than Albert Einstein? I'll open the floor. Yes?
I'm going to go with yes, absolutely. Yeah. Do you want us to elaborate, or do you just want...
Next question. Next question.
Someone can give their analysis of why that's more impressive.
I would say yes, because Albert Einstein is very much grounded in reality, and I can comprehend someone being super fucking intelligent. And
I thought you were going to say, I can comprehend his theory of relativity, and I was going to call you on that.
That I
was going
cannot.
to say, a second ago it was I can't read.
No, but like something like that is very grounded in reality. Like, yep, there are very smart people out there, much more smarter than me. Like that is not something that's surprising. But a guy who's like, hey, magic, boom, rabbit out of the hat. Yeah, that's a lot more exciting.
Yeah, well, so I guess the opposing argument would be that the magician doesn't do anything of actual consequence to anyone. It's just these kind of tricks.
Well, if we ever had a rabbit shortage, the first person I'd be going to see.
Or if you need a lot of change.
Yeah, yes.
That's that's a good point.
That is a very good point.
Isn't it making the coin disappear? Yeah, it's if you want to get rid of change.
Oh, maybe I won't.
No, that's done it.
But no, my answer to that is yes.
Okay, we'll move on.
What?
Sorry.
Yeah, go on. I was trying to argue against, but I don't quite have my argument for why Einstein is better. The magician seems to be kind of up to fuck all, really.
He
does some
defies
fancy
reality.
stuff, but
He's one
not-
of a kind.
He's not changing lives.
One of a kind.
Whereas Einstein's just the guy who thought of that stuff first.
Counterpoint.
There's no guarantee that somebody else was going to come up with it if Einstein didn't, though.
That's true, yeah. Einstein obviously fostered quite a lot of different thinking.
But someone probably would have thought of it eventually, you would think.
I think, it depends how the magician got these powers, because if he just kind of woke up one day and, oh shit, I can do this.
Where did all these fucking rabbits come from?
Yeah, that's kind of,
Why do I have
that's
so many hats?
considerably less impressive. But if the magician somehow taught himself to do these things, then does he have some deeper understanding of the universe than Einstein does?
I don't think so, because he can only do those 5 tricks. But
Yeah, if he's only limited to those 5, maybe he just got them magically. I'd still go with Einstein, because he seems to be a generally ununique individual, apart from the fact that
the longevity of Einstein
powers.
The longevity of Einstein's a lot better as well, obviously. Once you get to, you see the 5 tricks, the novelty sort of wears off quite quickly, doesn't it? I'm already bored with him.
You come full circle, Jack.
I've come full circle. My decision is...
You're welcome.
My decision is Einstein. No, I stick with my first answer, but I can see Tom's point, definitely.
Sure. Let's move on. So let us assume... This one's directed at Dylan, first of all, before you guys chip in. Let us assume there are 2 boxes on a table. In one box, there is a relatively normal turtle. In the other, Adolf Hitler's skull.
I can see why you directed this one.
Why
Dylan.
is this one sent at me? Is there a particular reason, or am I
maybe just your
missing
history,
something?
Dylan.
It's just to
Alt-right,
throw back
Dylan.
to episode 2 of the podcast when you said that Hitler was needed for some reason.
Oh, yeah,
Out of
you said that,
context-
didn't you?
Fuck off. Out of context, that sounds
Yeah.
horrible, guys. I don't know why you keep bringing this
In
up.
context, it sounds horrible.
Well played.
It's all in good fun.
So, turtle.
Continue the
Oh,
turtle.
You got
Adolf
turtle.
Hitler's skull.
Yes, so you have to select one of these items for your home. If you select the turtle, you can't give it away. You have to keep it alive for 2 years. And if either of these parameters are not met, you'll be fined $999 by the state. If you select Hitler's skull, you are required to display it in a semi-prominent location in your living room. So for you, I guess that would be next to all the action figures and other toys you have. Although you will be paid a stipend of $120 per month for doing so. Is it stipend? Anyway, you get paid $120 a month to do it, and the display has to be apolitical. So you can't say, here is Hitler's skull and he was a total piece of dirt. Which option do you select?
Hitler's skull.
And
Easy.
why?
Because A, it's just part of history. That's kind of cool. You can set it next to some fucking horror figurines or something and be like, nah, metal as fuck, son. And then $120 a month to fucking have a skull on show. Put that fucker in a glass house. Put that money in my hand. Thank you.
I'm gonna, yeah, and
Yeah, I'm gonna agree.
yeah, 100%. And Dylan as well. The best part about it, you would have the best Tinder profile. All you have to write is proud owner of Adolf Hitler's skull.
You get a very.
I'm going to take a
person.
selfie with Hitler's skull and just be like, yeah, Hitler's skull.
So would
I
anyone
suppose-
object to having Hitler's skull in their living room?
The positive
would-
is that he's still dead, isn't it?
How much is
Yeah.
it? $999 a month to keep a turtle
No, you get
or have a
fined.
skull?
No.
You get
it
fined
dies.
if it dies.
Is it a sick turtle?
No, it's just
You
if,
let it
Is
start.
it a
you don't-
ninja turtle?
I guess.
if you don't
Yeah,
feed
well,
a turtle or have the right temperature or have someone come and look after it when you're away.
Now this is
it'll
a
die.
simple right or wrong question, and there's a right answer and there's a wrong answer. This isn't even a hypothetical.
I would choose the turtle.
You're wrong.
You're an animal.
No, I want to hear Nick's explanation.
Well, is there any proof that it's Hitler's skull? Because as far as I know, they
It has
never
a certificate of
conclusively got his body.
authenticity.
Yeah. For the sake of the hypothetical, it's his skull. There's no
It's
doubt.
got a mustache on it.
Yeah. In hypotheticals, the rule is if someone says something, you just have to believe it's
Yeah.
the something.
Side note, that always annoyed me in the GOG shows when they have these hypothetical questions. Everyone would pull it apart. I'm like, just fucking go with the
You just answer the
hypothetical.
question. You don't question it. I mean,
Yeah.
you can add questions to help you answer it, kind of. But like, if someone's like, "It's Hitler's skull," it's Hitler's skull. You're not like, "How do I know it's Hitler's skull?"
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's just Hitler's skull.
And you can't say, "Oh, it's just a skull," or you can't. Like,
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Can't make any
That wouldn't
posturing
that
about
wouldn't
it.
worry me.
Yeah.
I'd
Right, have
choose
fun
the
with your
turtle
turtle.
because the simple fact is I just love animals. So
Are you a big Sly Cooper fan?
not overly.
Because you could call the turtle Bentley and get a fucking fat hippo, a raccoon, and have yourself the thieviest raccoonus.
Yeah, no thanks.
What?
Fuck you and my Sly Cooper jokes. Fuck all yous. These are all fucking fake PlayStation fans.
You're on
Quit
the
the
wrong
podcast.
Wrong podcast.
Get out of
Wrong
here.
podcast.
That's tomorrow night, buddy. That's tomorrow night.
Oh, sorry. They all blend together.
All right.
Hashtag
I
pimp
always wanted a turtle.
Platinum
growing up.
explosion.
What'd you say, Tom? You wanted a turtle.
Yeah, I said I always wanted a turtle. We had one as a you know how you have classroom pets?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a turtle as a class pet in one year. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I fucking love the thing. I always wanted one.
I have a
would you-
turtle.
Would you take the turtle?
I would potentially, because I'd always wanted a turtle. I'd probably
Well,
still want a
I
turtle.
offer you.
but
I offer you this
100
counter scenario. Take the Hitler skull, grab the money, buy a fucking turtle.
Done.
That's that's a fair point. I don't know.
Is it the turtle I lost as a child?
$999 fine either.
Well, $1,000 risk doesn't sound that huge for the turtle dying, but at the same time, $120 isn't all that much. Hitler's
Yeah.
still dead. It's not like I'm having to hide Hitler in my cupboard as though.
Yeah, you're not
He would
trying
be
to keep
hunted.
Hitler alive. What's
Yeah,
the
I'm
retail
You
not
gotta
trying
aim
to keep
Frank
him
Hitler.
alive.
The question I have to ask is, what do you tell people when they come over to your house? Say Dylan's got a lady friend, maybe Tom, your your
Good
friend-
joke, Jonathan.
Maybe Tom, Tom's like your girlfriend's or whoever's parents come over and they say, "Why have you got Hitler's skull there?" Like, what's the answer?
I'd say that's how he got her there. Hey, you want to come back to my place and check out Hitler's skull?
I wouldn't have an issue with it.
Oh, is that what you call it?
If I had Hitler's skull in my house and I sent you a picture of I'll be like, hey guys, I've been dating this chick, and I sent you a picture of the most emo looking chick ever, you'd be like, it makes sense if you picked her up with Hitler's skull. Like,
Yeah.
Is it public knowledge that you have his skull?
no. Well, it's not on my Facebook wall, like www.pleasureexplosion and owns Hitler's skull. Like, it's not part of my Twitter bio. But if
not.
someone comes over, I would just never explain it. Like, if I'd guests over and
You
they're
just
like,
say
what's
it's
that?
in
I'm like,
skull.
no one would believe you if you said it. You're just like, Hitler's skull. Ha ha, very funny. Uh-huh. Wink, wink. No joke. Like, no one would believe you. So it wouldn't matter. Like, no
Unless-
one would
oh,
believe
yeah.
And the
you.
purpose of the hypothetical is that it comes
Everybody
with
knows.
is that, yeah.
Okay, so if
then
everyone's like, well,
your
what's that
house turns into
certificate
like a
of
neo-Nazi
authentication? What?
Yeah. Sorry?
Neo-Nazis from all over around the world would just come to see it.
I don't want
You
them.
charge them.
Fuck no, I'm not
like
allowed to
they're
fucking
going
Nazis
to
in.
respect your rules around it.
You don't know. They could be very nice neo-Nazis.
I think that's an oxymoron.
I'm very doubtful.
Although,
As long as you're white and blonde, it should be fine.
That's going on the quote board.
I'd potentially even consider just taking the skull and donating it to a museum.
Charity?
You have to keep it. You have to keep it in your house.
You have
in a
to keep
prominent
it.
location.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So I have to keep it. I can't
You
just
have to keep
not
it, yeah.
take the money and give it to historical purposes.
That
Can
is
I
correct.
take the skull and make my house a museum?
You can do that if you want.
Fucking solved. 110% take the skull.
There you go.
Easy.
Next question.
Next question. And I'll go at Nick first for this one. So, genetic engineers announced that they've developed a so-called super gorilla. Though the animal can't speak, it has a sign language lexicon of over 12,000 words, an IQ of almost 85, and most notably a vague sense of self-awareness. Now, oddly, the creature, who weighs about 700 pounds, becomes fascinated by football. The gorilla aspires to play the game at its highest level. We're talking about American football here. And it quickly develops the rudimentary skills of a defensive end. ESPN analysts speculate that the gorilla would be borderline unblockable and would likely average 6 sacks a game. Although the beast might be susceptible to counters and misdirection plays. Meanwhile, the gorilla has made it clear he would never intentionally injure any opponent. If you're the commissioner of the NFL, would you allow this gorilla to sign with the Oakland Raiders or insert any other team?
No.
Why?
Racist.
No, it's completely... It wouldn't be an even playing field.
But does its physical strength get outweighed by its relatively low IQ?
Have you watched The Waterboy?
Football, mama! There's a lot of football players with not that high an IQ, so... No, it's just physically... It's just... There'd be no way to stop him. It'd make it unfair. Like... Just no. I wouldn't do it.
So you're saying that an intelligent gorilla would be it would actually be an asset to a team?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone else want to weigh in?
I'd say no as well, purely from the fact that it's a fucking gorilla, not a human being.
Okay.
What if it was Planet of the Apes gorilla?
Definitely not. Kill it.
What if it was Gorilla Grodd?
That's
Still
what
a
I
gorilla.
thought of.
What if it was
that's what it is.
Harambe? Would you let Harambe join
Harambe.
the team?
I say let the gorilla play. I just want to see it.
Yeah. Think about
My man, high fucking five.
Think about the can
the way that the NFL,
We'll fix
the
that
way
in
the
post.
NFL's going. It looks like they'll need something like gorillas to keep playing with all the concussion rules and everything that threaten the game.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm
I'd like to come in and answer this question, but I didn't understand half the shit you said when you were yelling out the question. What if the gorilla could counter roll, dodge, and off the ball? Sports.
Would you watch a team of gorillas playing against each other?
Yes.
I would watch fucking a team of gorillas play anything.
That would be pretty.
No, I don't. I don't watch NRL. Oh.
All right, moving on.
Send your hate mail to...
We'll just go.
Pleasure explosion mail at gmail.com.
The next question, we can get just a rapid fire response before going into detail. At long last, someone invents the dream VCR. I guess VCR is probably a bit dated at this point, so we'll
Kids
you know what, Jono? Someone did invent the dream. It's a VCR. It's called the internet. Digital.
No, the dream VCR, as in like. Okay, let me continue. This machine allows you to tape an entire evening's worth of your own dreams, which you can then watch at your leisure. So we'll just say it's a digital recorder of your dreams.
Of your
dream
dreams.
recorder. I thought it was like Barbie's dream recorder, and it had pink and all the frilly bits on the side.
However, the inventor of the dream recorder will only allow you to use this device if you agree to a strange caveat. When you watch your dreams, you must do so with your family and your closest friends in the same room. They get to watch your dreams along with you, and if you don't agree to this, you can't use the dream recorder. Would you still watch them?
Yes.
Nope.
I got 0 fucks.
Am I choosing when to watch the dream? Like, do I have to watch every single dream that I have with all of my friends and family, or not watch them at all? Or can I be like, I had a really good dream last night that is shareable, and we sit down and watch it, and then you just don't rewatch the ones that you don't want anyone to see.
No, I think the point is you have to watch it from start to finish.
You have to watch it blind, is how I took it. Like you're going in blind.
Yeah. You don't know. You can't remember exactly what it was.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'd
no.
do it.
I'd be fine with that.
Yep.
You can't help what you dream about.
No,
If
but that
anyone-
doesn't.
if
You
anyone
can help
ju-
from submitting your friends and family to it, though.
Well, if they're going to judge you on it, then how long are they going to stay your friends in?
And your family?
No.
Well, they're fucked. They're stuck forever.
Yeah.
So the people who say no, I think it was Jack and Ash. I want to hear why.
My answer is no comment. The same reason I wouldn't watch my dreams with anyone.
You wouldn't watch them by yourself.
No, well, like I would watch them by myself, but because of this
Okay.
thing, I can't obviously. Like if I didn't have to show it with anyone, fucking oath I would. I have some sick dreams, but just the odd one slips in every now and then that I probably wouldn't want anyone else to see. Because at the end of the day, that's what your subconscious like. You're dreaming about something that your subconscious is trying to like tell you, or for whatever reason, and that could just open a whole can of worms and drama that to be honest, I don't need.
And it might be that it might not be that people will judge you, but you don't want them to know what's in your subconscious as well.
Yeah, because that is a scary place.
Is that
I'll say I think people read too much into like dream meanings stuff. Like I'm not a big believer of like gathering complete meanings from dreams.
Well, then why do you want to watch them back?
Because I can never remember them. So I'm just in to see them. Like, I'm one of these people that can never remember their dreams. Like, I know, you know how some people can remember their dreams? Like, you'll ask them, like, at fucking 6 p.m., like, what'd you dream about last night? And they'll be like, oh, blah, 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 like the whole fucking thing. I wake up in the morning, if I remember a little bit of my dream, 30 seconds later, gone. I can't fucking remember it. Like,
I think that's the alcohol.
I'm not going to say no. Like,
It's a combination of too deep a sleep and short-term memory loss at this point.
well, so I need help. Give me this machine.
what was yours, Tom?
He said yes.
I said yes because I think, well, at least as far as I reckon, I think you should be able to on any morning be like, the dreams that I had last night are or are not watchable with my friends and family. So yes, I will do it today, or no, I won't do it today to rewatch that kind of the dream you just had. I'm assuming that it's not every single dream that you have is watched, but should you choose to go back and watch these dreams, you can, but you have to do it with your friends and family.
Okay, you've thought about it a lot.
Yeah, so it's like, I had this awesome spacey, wacy time travel dream, and I think I just unlocked powers of the universe. Let's watch it together.
I think
Versus that was a personal dream, and I'm going to keep that one to myself, and it happened, and now it's tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I actually like the way that you've approached this, Tom. I've had some dreams where I'm like, yeah, that would be such an awesome like story or a book or a movie, and then I've either just like thought about it more or forgotten parts of it, and I'm like, actually, I think I just thought it was really awesome because when you're in it, it seems so real. But I do like, I've got a friend who literally had a dream for a sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and he's written. It was like the first act of that movie, and he's written a complete script for it. He was on, I think, episode 5 of my podcast or something.
Yeah, I was like, didn't we talk about that last week? But no, I just listened to Putting in the Work last week.
Oh man,
If Bob Hoskins not in it, I don't
so
want to know
good.
about it.
Putting in the work.
Putting in work. My other
The
fucking-
work.
The work.
Let's keep going. Number 9 out of the 23. So there's a book that's released called Interior Mirror to mammoth commercial success, despite middling reviews. However, a curious social trend emerges. Though no one can prove a direct scientific link, it appears that almost 30% of the people who read this book immediately become homosexual. Many of these newfound homosexuals credit the book for helping them reach this conclusion about their orientation, despite the fact that Interior Mirror is ostensibly a crime novel with no homoerotic content and was written by a straight man. Would this phenomenon increase or decrease the likelihood of you reading the book?
I just want to put a like little star in it and say, if you could see my face while you was reading that fucking question, like the biggest what the fuck is going on? We went from magic tricks to like you can see your dreams, and we've just reached this book will make you gay. I'm worried what we're going to get to at the end of this. Like,
it won't make you gay. There's a 30% chance.
It might make you gay.
There's a 30% chance. No, we're not even saying. No, okay. No one can prove a direct link. It just appears that 30%.
So there's a 30% chance that this book.
It seems like there's a
coincidence.
It seems that 1 in 3 people read it have some great life epiphany type thing.
Even though there's nothing in the book that would indicate why. So it's. Yeah.
So there's no guarantee. Like, there's no guarantee. It's not every person that reads it. I missed that bit. So it's like 30%.
Yeah.
And
I'm struggling with this hypothetical.
No, I wouldn't.
Is it a good book or is it
a math
book?
problem or?
it's a bestseller. No, I think I get sort of where it's coming from. I would read it. I'd read it. No, I don't know. I think like it seems to be like there must be some. The way I'm interpreting is there's some like magical, I don't know, mystical thing behind reading it, possibly that is.
I think you're missing the point. I think you're missing the point. The question is really getting at would something like this, do you believe that?
I've got my answer. Here's my answer. Here's my answer. Right, ready. Hypothetical scenario where someone's like 30% chance, or 30%, 1 in 3 people that have read this book have gone gay. Are you scared to read the book? My answer is no, because I don't believe there's anything in the world that can make you go gay, because that's fucking stupid and ridiculous. And that's the only answer I think I need to give to say, I'll read the fucking book, because that's stupid.
It's not making you gay. It's saying that there's something in there that makes you come to the realization that you were already disposed that way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'd read the book.
Sense.
Yeah, because there's like, I mean, what will be will be. If I'm meant to be gay, I'm meant to be gay. If I'm meant to be straight, I'm meant to be straight. So,
I personally wouldn't read the book because you said it had middling critical reviews, and I only have a certain amount of time to read books, and the books I want to read want to be good books, not middling books.
How many books have you read recently, Dylan?
2, fuck off.
Didn't you just say you don't care about critics about TV shows last night?
Yeah. What? Called out.
Yeah, Nick.
Whoa.
No.
Shots fired.
But if it's overall middling from most people's opinions, then... At the moment, I'm only reading...
Where's Tom with the Metacritic?
Where's the Kiwi fact checker?
I wish I could, but the book doesn't exist. Just read it. Read the book. What does it matter?
All right.
See what happens.
How many pages is it, Jono?
Let's say 200 pages.
All right, I'll read it. Yeah, that's an afternoon.
It also isn't a genre I'm interested in.
If we were talking about a VCR in a few questions ago, it's possible that the book Jono is reading these questions from is a little bit older than 2017.
I mean, I'm beginning to worry this is like some Westboro Baptist Church fucking secret book.
It's 2003. It was first published.
Yeah, so probably that's 15 years ago, nearly. It would easily have been being written 15 years ago, and the world was probably quite a different place back then.
I think that you might be missing the point. It's more that if, let's say that it doesn't make you gay, let's say it makes you a vegan or something, right?
No, I'm not reading the book.
the question's getting at, do you think that you're stronger than a phenomenon? Like you're not, like you're above, being succumbing to this phenomenon that seems to be affecting people for no clear reason. I think that's the philosophical idea
Whatever
behind
the
it.
thing is, vegan, it can make you fucking addicted to something. I don't believe it. I'm the type of person. Is that what it is? Supposed to judge your personality? Like,
Yeah, I guess.
I'm not gonna believe if someone's like, oh, there's a bit hokey dory happening with this book. I'll be like, get the fuck out of here. Let me read the fucking book. I'm not gonna believe this shit. Town gossip. Get out of here. Witches, burn them.
Okay, let's move on. You're watching a movie. You're watching a movie in a crowded theater, and the plot is mediocre, but you find yourself dazzled by the special effects.
Okay, Power Rangers of a day.
So yeah, maybe Power Rangers.
King Kong of a week before that. Yep.
So with 20 minutes left in the movie, you're struck with an undeniable feeling of doom. You are suddenly certain your mother has just died. There is no logical reason for this to be true, but you're certain of it. You're overtaken with the irrational, metaphysical sense that somewhere your mum has just perished. But this is only an intuitive, amorphous feeling. There's no evidence for this, and your mother has not been ill. Would you immediately exit the theater, or would you finish watching the movie?
Yeah, I'd exit the theater.
Yep. Exit the theater.
Yeah, you'd exit the theater. You'd go to the bathroom or something and give her a call.
Give her a call, yeah.
Yeah.
To be clear, I'd exit the theater if it was the best movie I've ever seen in my life, and I got that feeling. So
I don't have my phone turned off, so it's likely that if that's happened, I've probably got a call or a text from somebody.
But
anyway.
if it's that instant, you wouldn't know yet. Nobody would know yet to call you.
They'd know. Yeah, that's fair.
And it depends, yeah.
Yeah,
Dylan,
you'd go
I haven't
out.
heard you.
Nah, I'm staying.
You can always buy it on DVD later. Or Blu-ray, sorry.
You'll buy it 3 times later.
If I'm sitting somewhere and I had some weird feeling like that, I wouldn't believe it to be true. I'm not
push
going
it
to
down?
believe I can. No, it's just that I wouldn't. I just don't believe like that kind of human connection exists where you can feel when someone dies. So even if I did have that feeling, I'd be like, well, that's a bit of a weird random thought to have. Fuck, I must be bored in this movie, and just pushed on through it. Like
I would stay because, funnily enough, my mind goes to random places when I'm thinking sometimes, and I get feelings of dread like that something's happened, and every time it's turned out to be bullshit anyway. So, judging from my past experiences, I'd go.
I was gonna say on that note, yeah, as someone who gets like fucking anxiety a lot, you brought up a good point. Like I'll sit in some place and be like, start freaking out about something random sometimes when I'm having like a fucking panic attack, like the most random shit. Like, what's this thing? Like, is my finger about to fall? Like the most ridiculous shit I've had like panic attacks over. So, and I just push it all down because like deep in the back of my head, I'm like, well, this is bullshit. So,
Yeah, I think for this one, I haven't answered the other questions, but for this one, because I've got like such a sense of spiritual, a spiritual world around us, that I would definitely leave and make a phone call or two to find out what's happening. Because that feeling, even if you don't think it's logically possible, it's gonna weigh you down until you do know for a fact.
yeah.
And then if something did happen, you had that gut feel and you watched a shitty movie for the last half hour just because you paid for it, you'd feel pretty bad, wouldn't you?
I think so. But anyway, that's I just think that these are some interesting questions. So
Totally.
So what were your answers to the other questions?
what were they again? I said yes with Tom's idea for the Dream VCR.
Dreams.
The
turtle. and the Hitler.
The turtle, I would probably go with the turtle because my wife would just not like to have a skull lying around the house, whether it's Hitler's or not. I probably wouldn't let a gorilla in the NFL, as entertaining as it might be. And the book,
Missing out.
I think that I would not be swayed by this random statistic as well.
Does that mean you would read the book?
Yeah, if it was I don't read a lot of fiction, despite being an author, but yeah.
it's not really about if you'd actually
I know,
read the
yeah.
book.
No,
it's
it's
more
not.
about if you would do it if you wanted
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
would
just
be
got
confident.
a small job for you, Dylan, after this. What you need to do is cut each of those bits of Jono's answers out and put them in their respective
Fuck
places.
off.
Thanks.
We all know that's not going to happen.
Let's go to the next question. You meet a wizard in downtown Sydney. It says Chicago, but let's change it to Sydney. The wizard tells you he can make you more attractive if you pay him money.
Yes.
When you ask how this person...
You are on fire today, Ash.
Yeah, I'm all for interjections from Ash. We can always do with more of those.
Oh, I hope the second half of the question really bites you in the ass as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will.
So, when you ask how this process works, the wizard points to a random person on the street. You look at this random stranger. The wizard says, I will now make him or her $1 more attractive. He waves his magic wand. Now, ostensibly, this person does not change at all. As far as you can tell, nothing is different. But somehow, this person is suddenly a little more appealing. The tangible difference is invisible to the naked eye, but you can't deny that this person is vaguely sexier. This wizard has a weird rule though. You can only pay him once. You can't keep giving him money until you're satisfied. You can only pay one lump sum up front. So how much cash do you give the wizard, if any? We'll start with Ash.
I don't know. What's the going rate?
Well,
is there like a 0 to 100? Is there like a cutoff point or?
No, there's no limit. You can give him as much as you want.
$1 million and then like every.
How many savings you got, Ash?
He takes FPOS. He takes FPOS.
I don't know, $100.
Everything.
So it's not cyclic. Like if you try and pay him too much, you go right round the other end of the spectrum and become the ugliest person of all time.
No, it's not like that.
Second mortgage on the house, anyone? Or
Yeah, I've got some equity.
Yeah.
So how much? Like, say you've got, I don't know. Say you've got 10.
set a limit. Let's set the limit.
Come on,
10
Ash.
grand in the
Limit.
bank.
I've got how much in the bank?
Let's say you've got 10 grand just sitting there for a rainy day. Do you?
To help make the question easier, let's just make the cutoff 10 grand.
Okay.
So pick between 0 to 10 grand.
We're waiting for Ash. I believe.
I know, maybe $1,000. Give it a go.
Okay.
I mean, you did that person for free.
Yeah, that was $1.
That was $1. Then $1,000 would be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I would give $0.
I would also give $0.
But you're very attractive, Nick. So
I would also give $0.
I am confident in my body.
Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yeah. I feel the same as Nick. I I see no reason to. I have no reason, no incentive to be
Now,
more
if I was
attractive.
single and not on a dry spell,
I'm
it might be a
already
different
dead.
story.
okay, this has
Sexy.
bitten me in the ass,
you.
hasn't it?
So Dylan
Take
was
everything
0 as
back.
well. We've got 3 zeros.
3 zeros.
Tommy?
I'm giving this a little bit of thought.
Think of all the job opportunities if you're more attractive.
We've kind of turned it into a what percentage of your money would you give away to be better looking, but without putting any effort in.
My answer is simply because I'd rather spend money on other things. And you know what they say, guys? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It doesn't make you better looking.
It does.
Well, no, it does.
It
No,
does.
it
That's
just-
what the hypothetical is.
It makes
No,
you
the
more
hypothetical is it
attractive
makes
to other
you
people.
more appealing, doesn't make you change you physically.
Yeah, but that's literally... That's
even
isn't
more
that
impressive.
Isn't that the description? Like, isn't that more or less... Like, there's no written rule for what is quote-unquote sexy. It's just what, like, quote, society has said
There
is
is.
sexy, so...
Yeah, the wizard said he could make you more attractive.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. No, yeah.
I say no, Mr. Shady Sydney guy. I know what your type are like.
I wouldn't be
Tom?
averse to giving him a little bit of money. I don't know if I'd go as far as giving him $1,000 out of my 10,000 in our extension of the hypothetical, but maybe a couple of $100. Like it can't hurt. It's not going to ruin me. I'm not putting anything out. Like on Friday or Thursday, I ordered an album from an artist that I like that's like a 5 vinyl set that's coming from England, and it's cost me like $200 to get here. So would I have spent that $200 on magically being better looking? Yeah, quite possibly. It's a similar kind of
Is
It's a
this
similar
concept
kind of
not just
vanity
Can't-
purchase of
Can you just buy a Ferrari?
something you like.
Is it?
Does that not just do the same?
Yeah, basically. That's a lot more expensive.
It doesn't
It's more
guarantee it's going to
expensive,
make
though.
your life better.
You could look at it a different way in that, is it the same as spending money on getting a haircut, going to the gym, getting a, like if you're a chick, getting a makeover, or is it, or is it this, is there, I guess it's behind your motive behind wanting to be more attractive is probably a big part of it as
What
well.
if I want a makeover too?
You can
get
have
a
a makeover
makeover.
as well, Dylan.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that I'm allowed.
Yeah, you can have both.
Guys.
There's no, they're not mutually exclusive.
I think you just recently
no
underwent
magic.
one, didn't you? Getting rid of that hair and the beard. So
I want my nails painted well cute.
Yeah.
little flowers on them.
I think that,
Oh, girl!
I think I would probably just hand over whatever cash I have in my wallet. So if I've got $50, $50. If I've got $20,
Jesus.
$20. No biggie.
It's kind of a loose change thing.
Yeah,
Why?
like why not? Like it's money. I think it's money well spent. But it's
Couldn't you give that to a homeless shelter or something, Jono?
yeah, I could do
The
that.
wizard could be homeless.
I think if
Yeah,
it was
wizard-
money I was going to spend frivolously anyway, so maybe I miss out on the next game that I was going to buy, but maybe I was just going to put it in the pile with all the fucking other ones and not play it anyway. I wouldn't be against doing it, but I don't feel like I have a strong reason to make myself look better.
Yeah, I mean, feeling a bit good about yourself is the goal, and whether that's deciding or coming to a place where no matter what you look like, you're happy with it, or maybe you make yourself a bit better by getting a haircut or going for a run or whatever it is. It's all getting towards that place where you're happy. So I think forking out some cash isn't like, I'm not morally against it.
No,
I'm not morally against it either. I just wouldn't. I'm just.
You don't
not,
care. Yeah.
I just don't care. Yeah, I don't.
Dylan doesn't care
not-
about his looks.
He's
but
got
slide
too
into
many
his DMs.
Blu-rays to buy.
meanwhile Ash
mean-
is slapping down a grand.
Let's put 10 grand in this.
It's fucking shut up to 100.
just all in
10% to
all in.
100%.
Let's see what this wizard can do.
Next question. Unless anyone wants to add anything else.
No,
I think that was perfect.
That's it.
Next question.
Okay, you've got a brain tumor. Though there
No,
is
I
no
don't.
discomfort at this... You do in this situation. There's no
Oh,
discomfort.
that's right. We're hypothetical.
It's not a tumor.
You have a brain tumor. There is no discomfort at the moment. The tumor will unquestionably kill you in 6 months. However, your life can and will be saved by an operation. The only downside is that there will be a brutal incision to your frontal lobe. After the surgery, you'll be significantly less intelligent. You will still be a fully functioning adult, but you'll be less logical, you'll have a terrible memory, and you'll have little ability to understand complex concepts or difficult ideas.
You just described me right now, so what the fuck is the difference?
The surgery...
Get worse.
So the question isn't whether you would have this surgery. The surgery is happening in 2 weeks to save your life. How do you spend the next 14 days?
Did I hear something about my wife, or did you say life? And I just heard
Life.
Life.
Your life
like,
will be
Calm
saved.
down.
I was like, why is
did
my
you
hypothetical
say?
wife getting made simple when I'm the one with the brain tumor?
I didn't know you and Claire were getting married.
Ooh,
We're not.
Congrats.
Congrats, yeah.
Congrats, Claire.
Where did you find out this way?
I don't know that she's listening.
Not right now.
will be.
Apart from the other room, yeah.
What do we have? 14 days left to live. So the
No,
question is
14
not
Before you're
14 days
Permanently-
before your...
permanently
just-
changed.
is the question not if we would have the operation or not?
No.
Do not listen.
First of all...
Then what-
Yeah.
Is this a difficult concept
his
to
exact
understand?
words is, the question is not if you would have the operation or not. You're having the operation no matter what. It's what would you do with with your last 14 days as being like a fully functional adult.
Self, yeah.
So like, so
No, hold
given
on,
my
hold on.
current money,
You will
my
be
current...
you will still be a fully functioning adult, but you have less logic, worse memory, and you won't be able to grasp difficult or concepts or ideas.
I go find myself an Adam Sandler and 50 First Dates.
That's what I was
so I have
thinking.
something to look forward to.
That's what I was thinking. Just write everything down.
Question, Jono.
I'm just-
So, like, my memory obviously going forward will be bad. Do I still have my memories pre-operation? Like, do I remember everything beforehand? Fine. It's just what happens afterwards, like short-term memory loss kind of thing.
Yeah, it just means that going ahead, you'll start forgetting things like, I was meant to pick up the kid from daycare, or I was, meant to do that phone call at work or something.
I would probably just spend the whole 2 weeks with my son.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just nothing else, no TV, no phone, my girlfriend as well. Just spend the whole 2 weeks with them.
So you wouldn't try and use those 2 weeks to kind of get a lot of intelligent work done, whether it's like planning out something or creating something?
Because whatever I do, like whatever happens in 14 days, is not going to there's no importance to that kind of stuff. Like I'm not going to be able to do any of that once the 14 days is up anyway. So I might as well spend that time when I'm like have 100% of my brain capacity and can fully enjoy and take in with my son and my girlfriend.
Okay.
So you still die after the 6 months, yeah?
No, this saves your life. Yeah.
Oh, okay, righto. Yep. Yeah, I'd probably do the same. Just spend it with my wife and family and dogs. I mean, there's nothing you could do that's not more important than that, to me anyway. And to be fair, I don't do a whole lot of intelligent work at the moment anyway.
I don't really have an answer. I don't know what I'd do. I probably wouldn't do anything.
Freak out about the surgery, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd freak out. I mean, my honest answer is like, we can't change the hypothetical you just said, but like, all I'm thinking is like, I don't want to do this. Like, if it's just like,
you'd rather die.
I'd just rather die. Yeah. So, well, I mean, I have a different perspective because I don't have
anybody,
wife, kids, family. I mean,
I
you know what I mean? Like, I don't. I'm not going to feel bad. Just off me. I'm done.
Why would you rather die when there's like millions of people that already live this way, like with bad memory or,
Good for them. I mean, that's your choice. You can all choose to do what you want. If there was a choice, like if the choice is you can live like this or you cannot live like this, Dylan, I'm going to choose not to live like that.
Yeah, it'd be hard to live like that knowing you were better than that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why
I think it's different. If I was born that way, that's a completely different hypothetical. Like that's a completely different thing to me.
When after the surgery, do you become more of a burden on your family and friends and everything?
you would.
Of course you do.
Well,
you're
not like
how bad is this? Like how,
what kind of burden are you talking about?
You're still a fully functional adult.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming
it's not that bad.
I can
still drive
go
a
and
car
do
and
my
stuff.
job and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but you'll just be not as good at it.
You probably wouldn't, like, for what you do, Tom, and certainly for what I do, and not that, something like Nick does is quite a technical thing, so, it's more, hands-on, that kind of thing, but for what we do, I know, from what he said, probably wouldn't be able to do our jobs going forward, like, losing that sort of more...
complex concepts.
Yeah, complex concepts and things. So for you specifically, you
forgot what you do.
All sorts of stuff. I do all sorts.
all
of
I'm
stuff.
saying is that if this condition basically ruins everything I love about life, can we not?
Does it?
Like movies, TV, games,
How
stuff
does it
like
ruin
that.
Still do all that
TV
stuff?
games and everything.
I'm sitting here thinking that after I have this surgery, my health insurance is going to pay for me to.
Oh my god!
It's going to pay all of my bills and stuff because I can't do my job. Sweet, I've got more time for the stuff that I love. What do I actually want to do inside those 2 weeks?
Yeah, I guess.
'Cause
Maybe you'll enjoy stuff more.
It's
I
not
think
like
I'm just
it's
having
not like you're going to
trouble
be.
understanding because you're like, oh, it's not that bad, and I'm like, well, why are we worried about this 2 weeks if it's not that bad? Like it has to. For me to worry about this 2 weeks, it has to be reached at like an orange on the critical scale.
you're still able to, like, I don't know why you say you wouldn't be able to watch movies or play video games. Like,
Well, you said I could watch stuff, but I have like short-term memory loss. So
Well,
what?
no,
By the
it's
time
just-
I get to the
no,
end,
no.
Godfather Part 2, I forget the first half of the movie. By the time I get into the last half,
That's every
It's
movie
not-
to me. So
no, it just says you will have a terrible memory, which some people are fully functioning CEOs of companies and they can say they have a terrible memory. They have to write
I have a
stuff
bad
down.
memory. Just ask
well, if that's
Stacey.
all it is, I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's not as
2 weeks.
dramatic. It's not as dramatic as like what.
It's not like you can turn into a vegetable.
Into it, but like, it's like what. I guess the question behind the hypothetical question behind it is, to me, is what is most important to you that you would want to, as far as your life goes, that you would want to put 14 days of your fully functioning self into? Is it, I want to set myself up to make sure that I'm, right for the thing? Is it spend time with family? Is it just consume as much media and things as I can when I can fully comprehend it and enjoy it? Or is it do fuck all and get fucked up?
I think it would weigh a lot more heavily on the people that have such a drive for life and want to do something to change the world or make their mark.
Which we all do, don't we?
Yeah, definitely. But for me, like, all of that, everything that I want to do in life is second to my son and my partner.
I agree.
Yeah, everything.
Second to your son.
I feel like the question is what do you want to do that you're not going to be capable of afterwards?
Yeah.
And I'm still going to be capable of hanging out with and loving my family and Claire and enjoying all the time that you get to spend with them, but maybe I'm a bit more simple, and that probably means I get frustrated faster because I don't understand things as well as I used to.
Yeah.
Finish Overcooked.
I think that I would spend the time trying to learn as much as I can about space. And that was kind of my gut feel when you first asked the question, and I haven't been able to convince myself that that's not what I want. Okay. I want to just be, because space is a completely different topic, but when I think about it for more than a couple of minutes, like, my brain starts to hurt about what's going on out there, and I would like to learn as much as I can, because I don't think I know too much about it now, and it's already mind-bending, and to know a little bit more about all the crazy shit would be awesome. And because
I'll Stephen Hawking it.
Yeah, that's something that I don't think I would be capable of doing in this hypothetical, but playing games and watching movies and hanging out with Claire and going to see mum and dad and walking the dog and all that sort of stuff, I'm still going to be quite capable of doing. It's probably a similar question I would take is you're having a midlife crisis. What is your next career path type thing? Or what do you go back and study more about, or something like that at uni?
So for me,
kind of take.
Yeah, for me, being such a, I like to think that I'm quite an intellectual person in the way that I try to express myself and communicate with people.
We believe it too.
Yeah, well, thanks. So for me, I would
to be confirmed.
I would feel like I would be losing such a huge part of who I am, like in how I see my identity. So I would really want to write down as much as I can about my thoughts and, how I feel about the world or about my wife or about my family. And I would really get my book fully finished and out there, because that would be something that I might find difficult to do with less intelligence. So.
I like that idea of writing all the things that you think down, and kind of that's almost like a 50 First Dates sort of idea, to bring it sort of full circle. Like, just record yourself thinking and talking out loud for 2 weeks, and you can rewatch that for the next 50 years if you want to, over and over again, to try and be the same person.
That's a really good idea. I do my last 2 weeks as a journal as well, so there you go. Yeah. There's that.
After Tom has brought up two things that have made me, because for some reason I'm really struggling with this hypothetical, and I think the reason is when he said the whole thing about midlife crisis, I'm like, well, maybe I am struggling because I'm basically in a midlife crisis anyway. Well, not like a midlife crisis, but like
quarter-life crisis.
You're asking me this question when I'm in such a weird place in my life where I'm like,
it's a crisis of
can't.
Identity.
Yeah, I'm like, I really struggled with. Yeah, I'm just like, well, I'm kind of just lost anyway at the moment, basically. So I can't really answer that. And then when you start talking about recording, I'm like, well, I mean, at least I'll have all my vlogs. I'm already on that path, so.
I guess, well, maybe to a certain extent, you obviously haven't had like a lobotomy, but your world got flipped upside down not too long ago, and you're kind of riding that wave at the moment.
Yeah, that's why I think I'm struggling with this. I'm just like, I'm pretty, like...
You're living it at this point.
Yeah, you're sort of already there.
Not to a permanent extent, but...
No, yeah. I think that's my problem with this one. I'm just like, I feel like I'm pretty much doing it, aren't I? Like, it's like, yeah, my whole life got changed a couple months ago, more or less, and I'm just fucking figuring it out now still. So it's pretty much the question. So, yeah, there you go. That's my answer to that one.
Very perceptive. What you need to do, Dylan, by the way, Jono explained how he was going to answer this question. I need you to cut that out and put it back with all the other ones. If you're not going to split them up to their right place, we've got to get all of Jono's answers in the same place together. So if you wouldn't mind.
I'll tell you what. When we start the Patreon and someone can pay me to put the hours necessary into editing all this shit, sure, Tom. Sure.
Okay. It's on the record that you're going to go back once we've got the money and do that. So
if this was my actual job, double thumbs up. Sure, I'll fucking do it.
Cool.
John,
If any of
I'd
our
like to
fans
ask
out there
another
want to do it.
question.
Yeah. I don't think that's the case.
No faith.
Hey.
Jono's all faith.
If you can't be bothered
Different
to
kind of
edit it,
faith.
then why would someone else be bothered to do it?
Because I've got enough shit to do.
So I have 4 more questions, but we've probably run out of time.
No, let's keep going.
Let's go.
I'm wondering whether I should do a whole another set of these for my next podcast topic. Would you like to revisit this concept in the future for a full hour?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
Just do it another one.
Yep, we'll save them for later. If everyone's happy with that.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
If that's
Yeah.
what you want to do.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a fun way to kind of learn about the way everyone thinks. And, yeah.
I think we learned a lot.
I think we learned a lot about ourselves.
That's good. It's good to kind of challenge yourself with some interesting concepts. So, well, thank you for listening, everyone. You can catch us at the following social media handles. I'm at Johnny himself, and we've got Nick
At Lord N.Prior.
2 ads
Dylan?
in that one.
Oh, sorry.
I said
Dylan.
I'm at the Viva La DIL.
Viva
Not
La Dil.
TV. Fuck yes.
And that's on YouTube and Twitter.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Just Google.
Yeah.
Just Google me.
Just Google me.
Or don't.
Yeah. Ash, where are you?
On Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEYHOBLEY.
Thomas?
You can legitimately Google me Tom DeBomb 89, TOMDABOM 89, and find all sorts of things about me. I think actually if you do that, one of the top hits, at least last time I did it, was my Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 profiles. So if you want to go see my positive kill-death ratio on Battlefield 4, Tom DeBomb 89.
Yeah, if you Google me, it's like pages of stuff that I've done over the years. It's a really weird kind of snapshot of my what I've produced for the world of the internet.
Your media career.
Yeah. Jack Cruz, where can people find you?
You can find me at cruisy_mate. Pretty much everywhere except YouTube. You can just get rid of the underscore. It's just cruisy mate.
Probably go and put the underscore in. Just make it easier.
Yeah. And go check out Jack's Ramblings interview that he did on YouTube. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, Ramblings, episode 1. Yeah, it interviewed a really cool dude named Stephen Wadey, who's unfortunately been stricken down with melanoma he had, and he's got cancer, and it's he's a really positive dude, and he is quite inspiring to me. So he just tells me his story, and it's a good watch. I think it's a good watch.
Very good. Okay, well, that's episode 6. Until next week.
Of what?
Jono, just quickly.
Keep putting in work.
What's our website? Just while
Google it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was perfect.
I was gonna say,
That,
that's the best
that was
one
probably
we've
the
done
best one we've ever done, actually.
yet. Nicely done, boys. All
What
right,
the
wrap
fuck
it up.
happened there?
Wrap it
We
up.
should
Pack
leave
it
that
in.
in there. It was so good.